Hey everyone, this is Tyler from tensevencapital. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome in particular to a very special video that we have for you today, where we're going to be making a very special announcement. As I said, I'm Tyler.
Timnihill.
And like I said, today is a big day for us here at Ten7. We've got something new, really exciting to share.
Yes, we do. It's called CryptoRIA. It's basically to help financial advisors. It's a new firm and division for us, helping financial advisors, family offices, and broker-dealers navigate and adopt cryptocurrencies and digital assets into their world.
Exactly. It's our newest subsidiary. We're very excited to pilot it, and we're looking forward to seeing all the magic that it can do in the crypto industry and the advising industry. That being said, go into a little bit more detail. What is CryptoRIA and why is it such a big step for our firm?
CryptoRIA is a back office solution built for advisors by advisors. So we're in a world now where the adoption of digital assets is becoming critical and is at a critical mass. And the industry as a whole is way behind the times in terms of adoption, and they need to catch up immediately, especially as institutions like BlackRock and JP Morgan and Fidelity all start to evolve and offer products in this space.
Exactly. That said, let's start with probably the most obvious question. Why launch this now? What's happening in the market that made you say, now is the time?
Now is the time came out of demand, and people asking me questions and asking us questions. So if you look at it, 70% of people under the age of 45 want digital assets in crypto, or they already own it. Institutions are getting in the game. Our whole world is going to the tokenization of assets, so the markets in their current form are being tokenized, so there won't be stocks, bonds, and cash. It'll be a whole new age of technology. And advisors are in trouble because they risk losing their client base to the next generation.
Yeah, I know we've definitely mentioned this on previous podcasts and in previous content in general. So in other words, basically what you're saying is if advisors don't lead these conversations, someone else will.
Most advisors can't even have the conversations, and other advisors are already having the conversations, or the clients are coming to the advisors with the conversations. And the issue is most advisors say, well, it's fake, or it doesn't have intrinsic value, and I would have a rebuttal to that to say your methodology of analysis is outdated and old and gone.
That said, let's talk about the advisor's perspective. What are the biggest challenges that you see advisors facing when it comes to crypto?
It's a time sink. They don't know how to speak the language. They don't understand the technology. They are not looking at the future, and they're not considering the fact that their entire world and everything they've done for the last 40 to 80 years has completely changed and is no longer relevant. And like we were on the phone with earlier today with a friend of mine, I was talking with him earlier today, is people are kind of lulled to sleep. They've been doing the same thing. It's been successful. They've been making money. But at the same time, their values being questioned, and now there's a whole new replacement for people.
And that's where CryptoRIA comes in. So that said, can you break down how we actually solve these problems?
It's basically three ways we help solve the problems, right? One, hire us to do turnkey marketing and digital asset research. Everything is customizable and white labeled to the advisor, broker-dealer, family office, whatever. All built with compliance-ready solutions and fitting into the framework of the SEC and FINRA, the Advisory Act, etc. The other way we're working with people is consultation. Same as like traditional attorneys. Hire us, pay us a fee up front. We help you analyze your business, adopt, integrate, and differentiate. And if you want to keep us on board to keep going, just keep us on retainer. And then for those that just have no concept of the space, they don't have the time, energy to look into it, adopt it, but they know they have to do something, then you hire us, completely outsource it. It's still you in the forefront because we're just we're the advisor behind the advisor, and we manage everything for you.
So if I'm an advisor, I don't have to build all this from scratch, like you've already got the infrastructure covered?
Yeah, it's all built. We're just taking what we've already done and giving it out to advisors and other people and teaching them how to do it.
I can imagine the first question advisor might ask is, am I going to lose my client if I bring you in?
No, again, we're the advisor to the advisor. So the advisor, family office, broker dealer is our client. We're not necessarily looking for clients, if that makes sense, because we're very specialized in what we do. So we sign NDAs and we sign non-competes, non-solicitation agreements. So we're not in the business of taking clients from other people, but we are in the business of helping advisors be successful and adopt to the new age of finance.
So this isn't just for, independent RIAs, right? What about bigger institutions like other family offices or broker dealers?
We're already talking with some of the biggest and, I would say most recognized broker dealers in the country. We're working on the family office stuff. It's very interesting because they have some very interesting challenges with ultra high net worth individuals. So we're already working with family offices, and we are working with, most financial advisors, and whether they're still attached to a broker dealer or independent RIAs. I mean, we have a whole pipeline of people that we're working with across the financial services space.
Overall, it sounds like the real risk for these firms is waiting too long and losing clients.
That is the risk, and they're already way behind. So if you want the truth from an advisor perspective, half to 100% of your clients are at risk because you're not in the space. And then your world where you benchmark everything according to the S&P 500 is over, because over the last decade, the S&P 500 relative to Bitcoin as the new age benchmark and the Bitcoin standard, you're losing 90% over that course and period of time. So Bitcoin's the new standard. Most people have very little that can compete with that, especially over the last 10 years going into the next 10. So it's a Moneyball moment. Adapt or die. This is like Moneyball and the Bill James way of thinking and analysis and applying that to baseball. That's what's happening to the advisory community.
That's a good point. That said, let's make this practical. If I'm an advisor or family office watching this and I want to get started, what does that look like?
It's very simple. Best two ways to do this. One, go to CryptoRIA.us, go to our Join Us page, send us a note, we'll set up a consultation and have a conversation, right? That's a first way to do it. Second way is just follow us on LinkedIn and send us a message on LinkedIn. And the conversations will be different. I mean, I had one with a group down in Florida last week on one of my calls, and before the call, the owner of the firm said, I didn't want to like you before this call, but I really, really like you a lot. And I said, yeah, because I'm a finance guy, I'm not a crypto bro. So I can speak the language and help you create the bridge. Like, I've already built the bridge from traditional finance into new finance. So I could just take my model and, customize it to you, and away you go.
So it's really designed to be seamless, just plug into what advisors are already doing instead of just replacing it.
Correct. And what you're doing is you're buying yourself time. So at some point, all of traditional wealth management, or 98 to 99% of it, will be completely gone and irrelevant. So this bridge gets you there much faster.
Exactly. That said, what's your big picture vision for CryptoRIA going into the future?
Yeah, my vision is very simple. It's to get the financial planning, financial advisory community into the new space of digital assets, help them adopt it, and help be a transition piece.
That's a very good point. The future of wealth management really is digital, and stuff like what we're doing is going to empower advisors with confidence and the skills necessary to navigate that space. So that said, if you're an advisor, family office, broker, dealer, looking to explore digital assets, check out, like he said, CryptoRIA.us. reach out to us. And of course, feel free to subscribe here for more insights. We will be obviously talking about CryptoRIA and what we're doing in this space in future podcasts and future content in general. So we're hope to see you down the road. Thanks for sharing this. Exciting times ahead.
Yeah, I think this one's a big deal. This one's definitely a big deal. Advisors know they have to do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't have the time, energy, and money to do it, and that's why we're here.
Exactly. This one very much is a big deal. So, that being said, this is Tim. I'm Tyler. Hope to see you soon down the road. Looking forward to it.
Cheers, everyone.